Alright, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we'd like to begin this lesson by giving all glory, all honor, and all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachakodash, Barakatam. We'd like to give double honors, double unto the apostles and elders of great millstone who surely do rule well. To the men standing by the highways and byways pushing this doctrine, we'd like to say Shalom.
Shalom.
And even unto the sincere Akwat, the sisters who listen these lessons in silence, subjection, and obedience unto their husbands, we like to say Shalom.
Shalom.
There are a couple of brothers here.
Halala.
Wama Yasha Allah. We come back here again to bring out a little edification today. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. And we're going to do our final part, me and the brother here, Kanana, on our 4 video series detailing the weapons of the Lord. First part, we have went through the angels and how they are weapons and are used as weapons of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Then we would have went to the chariots, and the third part in the series would have been the nuclear missiles. But now we want to finish off the series here with this fourth part, being the next category of weapons that the Lord has, which is us, right? Bear with me a minute here. Right? So, this fourth category of weapon that the Lord has or uses at his disposal, Salakia, is us. And all of this starts with Yahushua. If you could read that precept there.
Jeremiah 4:17.
4:7.
4:7.
Yep.
Lion has come up from his thicket,
Right?
and the destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way.
The destroyer of the Gentiles, so we know our weapon is something used to cause destruction, right?
He is gone forth from his place to make thy land desolate, and thy cities shall be laid waste without an inhabitant.
Ooh, so this lion that has come up from his thicket is sent on his way to destroy and to lay waste the cities, right? Well, who is this speaking about? Revelation 5 and verse 5. And one of the elders saith unto me, Weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, had prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof. So we know this lion that is spoken about here in Revelation 5 and 5 is speaking about Yahushua, and that same lion is the lion referenced in Jeremiah 4 and 7. If you could give me...
Well, quick precept.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because you know that's how to be talking about Yahushua, because I refer to him as the lion and the tribe of Judah, but that still might not be clear enough. They also call him what the root of David. It's
Right.
Revelation 22:16. I, Yahushua, have set mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches.
Ooh.
I am the root and the offspring of David and the bright and morning star.
So that he even identified himself to further confound the fact that what he is that root, he is that lion that was spoken of in Revelation 5 and 5. And since we know he's that lion spoken of in Revelation 5 and 5, he has to be the lion spoken about in Jeremiah 4 and 7. And he even give us clues. If you could read back that verse in Jeremiah 4 and 7.
Book of Jeremiah chapter 4 and 7.
Right.
The lion is come up from his thicket.
Right.
And the destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way.
Is on his way, the destroyer of the Gentiles, right?
He's gone forth from his place.
So we know Yahushua right now currently in a place. So it is, I go to prepare a place for you, and in a little while you will not see me. So what? He's somewhere right now, and we know where he is. What he's seated at the right hand of the Father, or some scriptures says that he's standing at the right hand of the Father. So we know he in a place, right? So he's going out from his place, right?
He is gone forth from his place to make thy land desolate.
Right, so to destroy a piece of land, which, as we'd make reference in that third part, we'd explain that the nukes are weapons created by the Lord, and they're going to be used to destroy a certain place. Now, we never really went into that place because we said that would be fun on a video. to, get the some specifics about it, like, the countries who could use the nukes and where these nukes are targeted to, hit and destroy, because we know the world is not going to be destroyed. It's a designated specific land. So what? He is going forth from his place to make thy land desolate. He's heading to the same place. And go ahead.
And thy cities shall be laid waste without an inhabitant.
Right, so we know there's going to be a place that he is going to destroy. That is, if you could also get out that Isaiah
63.
Yep, Isaiah 63.
In the book of Isaiah, chapter 63 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Who is this that cometh from Bozrah, that cometh from Edom,
Right.
with dyed garments from Bozrah?
Right.
This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength, I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save.
Boom. So what? Funny enough that it's speaking about the glory that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. Because what people don't know, or what people most likely not aware of, is that Yahushua is not coming back here as a mortal man. He's coming back enhanced.
I am Isaiah 47.
So we know there, we get there. We have to call out the precept. But what? Just wanted to bring out the point. They say God, he's come forth to destroy the land, right? As we were reading in Jeremiah 4 and 7, that land is Edom, the capital of Edom even, Bozrah, which is America today. Verse 2, I'm finishing verse 1, I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. So he's coming back mighty. Yeah, go ahead.
And there is Psalms 68 and 34, because it says, traveling in the greatness of his strength.
Right.
There is Psalm 68 and 34, ascribe ye greatness unto power.
Right.
His excellencies over Israel, and his strength is in the clouds.
Oh, so what, he's coming back here as well with the weapons. So he's coming back here as a weapon, and he's coming back here with the weapons to destroy the land, right? There's verse 2 in Isaiah 63. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treaded the wine fat? Because he committed great killings in this land. Because remember, he said, he who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah. So what they would have been seeing him going through the sky, and they would have seen the bloody scene that he would have left in that land. Verse 3, I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all mine raiment. For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. So now if you could go to that Isaiah 47. Because again, we had to make mention here, Yahushua is not coming back here as a mortal man. He's coming back mighty to save. Go ahead.
Isaiah 47, man.
You could read from one.
From one?
Yeah.
Okay. Isaiah 47, man, 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
Right.
Sit on the ground, for there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Mm-hmm.
Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers.
So expose this Babylon, this virgin daughter. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen.
Right.
I will take vengeance,
Ooh.
and I will not meet thee as a man.
So if he is not coming back here like a man, what is he coming back here like? He's coming back as a God. If you could read Psalms 2.
So you come back with the authority which the Father give him.
Mm-hmm. Read
Father is the God, so of course he can come back here as the God.
Yeah. Read from verse 6.
Yeah. It's Psalms 2 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion.
Right.
I will declare the decree.
Right.
The Lord Yahweh said unto me, Thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee.
So he's speaking through David to his son, his only begotten son, Yahushua.
Mm-hmm. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance,
Ooh.
and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession.
Right.
Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel.
Now what? He's going to have a hand, he himself, it's beginning with him, he's going to have a hand in subjecting all the peoples of the earth under the rule of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, himself being Yahushai. And what? He's not going to do that like a mortal man, he's going to be an immortal God. And we know he coming back here enhanced, because if you read the book of Matthew 17, and from verse 1,
It's Matthew 17 and 1.
mm-hmm.
After 6 days, Yahweh shall take Peter, James, and John, his brother,
Right.
and bringeth them up into an high mountain apart, and was transfigured before them, and his face did shine as the sun, and his raiment was white as the light.
So boom, what we seeing here, Yahushai showed Peter, James, and John his true form, his godly vessel that he has. Being that that is the case, again, he's not going to come back here as a mortal man, but he's coming back here as an enhanced, godlike being, a weapon, if you will. And what the whole nation of Israel, Salakia, not the whole nation of Israel, but rather the elect of the nation of Israel, beginning with the 144,000, gonna have joint heirship with this weapon, and by extension, the rest of the elect would be made like gods, and even the children born of the elect, the rest of the nation of Israel, the 2/3 and the rebels, will be born back into the kingdom as godlike beings. And we know this to be true. If you could read Romans 8 and verse, yep, you read from 16.
Romans 8 and 16. The Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of power.
Right, and this has to be speaking to the entirety of the nation of Israel. The entirety of the nation of Israel are the sons of power, right? Good.
I have children and heirs, heirs of power, and joint heirs with Amashiach.
So they're going to be joint heirs with this human weapon. Go ahead.
If so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified with him. Now, I think there too.
Right.
We're talking about the whole nation of Israel, but this was more specifically speaking about the elect.
Right.
The 144,000, because them is the ones that we joint heirs with Amashiach. Because they say, if so be that we suffer with him,
Right.
that we may be also glorified together. The whole nation of Israel, yeah, we suffering because we had to suffer together as a people for the sins we commit. But like, them not suffering to the extent that how shy we be suffering. As the scripture says, do I give you the bread of affliction and the water of adversity, yet your teachers shall not be hidden into a corner anymore, but your eyes will see your teachers.
Right.
Them going to suffer more than the rest of the nation of Israel, because eventually you end up getting persecuted for preaching the word of the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the nation of Israel are going to get persecuted for that. Heck, them gonna be the ones persecuting us as well.
As well, right.
So the joint heirs here will be referring to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect of the nation of Israel. Let's continue on that.
There's going into that word heir. I wanted to first go into that word heir. In the same precept and in my sword,
Nice one.
it goes back to the Greek Strong's 2,818.
Well, actually, I will get.
Yeah. The Greek Strong's 2,818, 144. Is the Greek word kleronomos, one who receives by lot an heir in messianic usage, one who receives his allotted possession by right of sonship, one who has acquired or attained a portion allotted to him. So Yahushua is heir of all things. And what? Which I believe we'll also read that precept as well, being one of the first of many brethren.
Okay.
If you could get that as well. Well, before you get, so we understand an heir is someone who has to inherit something by lot, by sonship, by right, by possession. And then what? The elect, the 144,000, has joint heirship with this human weapon because he inherited the right to be the first of many brethren.
Because
Through his sufferings, yeah, go ahead.
and it goes to join to Diagram 3:47:89. Son Cleromos, Ronomos.
Soon clear Ronomos, yeah.
One, cited definition, one, a fellow heir, a joint heir. Two, one who obtains something assigned to himself with others, a joint participation.
So what we understand how I received was again that Isaiah 47, I will not meet thee as a man. So whatever he's coming back here as, the elect will also have that, the 144,000. Same sentiment was echoed by John the Revelator. The 1 John 3, reading from 1. If you can look for the first and many brethren, select. The 1 John 3 and 1. Behold, what manner of love the Father had bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of power. Therefore the world knoweth us not, because it knew him not. Beloved, now are we the sons of power, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be. But we know that when he shall appear, being the Son of power, the begotten Son, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. So whatever it is Yahushua is coming back here like, it's going to be like, the elect, the 144,000, Revelation 14, behold, and lo, the Lamb stood on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000. They are going to be just like Yahushua. Being that is the case, they will also be gods or weapons. If you have it?
Everyone 8 and 29, for whom he did foreknow, so like he also did predestinate,
Right.
conformed
Right.
to the image of his Son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren.
Right, so what the image of his Son, so whatever image or likeness the Son is in, the 144,000 also going to be in that image and likeness upon seeing him. I believe second is just make mention of that. If you could pull that. In the crowning ceremony. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it also says that. Or something along them lines.
Second is just 2 and
Yeah,
second is
45. Oh, but read from 43.
The second is just 2 and 43. Actually, I read from 42.
Yeah.
The second is just 2. I read from 41. The second is 2 and 41. The number of thy children whom thou longest for is fulfilled. Beseech the power of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yoshai, that thy people, which have been called from the beginning, may be hallowed.
So again, that predestination again, or predestinated from the foundation of the world. I believe that Ephesians 1.
No, 4. The scripture I talk about where I shall tell them, you shall bear witness of me unto me, because you have been with me from the beginning.
Right, and again that same Romans 8, and I'll read 8:29, who he foreknew, who he predestinated, right? So go ahead. 42.
42. I just saw upon the Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs.
Right, just seen upon Mount Zion, same Revelation 14, and lo, the Lamb stood on Mount Zion, right?
And written 140 and 4,000.
Right.
Let's see, verse 43. And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns. I was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly.
So he's seeing the Son of God, and he's seeing him, and all of those around them are seeing him as well. He's crowning them, right?
Verse 44. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing.
Right. So they shed this mortal flesh.
And put on the immortal. I've confessed the name of power, and now are crowned and receive power.
So same like we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. Upon looking at the Son of Man, they are going to be fashioned and turned into whatever he is. Right? So what? they're going to have joint heirship with this human weapon. If you could read Revelation 2 and from 25, because again he was given power over the heathens to rule them with a rod of iron, thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel, as said in Psalms 2. The elect also gonna have this right, this honor, this glory. If you read that Revelation. Now one here for you. Go ahead.
Revelation 2 and 25, but that which ye have already, hold fast till I come.
Right.
And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
Ooh, so what? Just like how he has power over the nations, he's gonna have the power to give that power unto his elect men. So what? Joint heirship with this human weapon. They Philippians 3 and from verse 20. For our conversation is in heaven, from whence also we look for a Savior, the Lord Yahushua Mashiach, who shall change. So Yahushua Mashiach is the who, and he shall change our vile. Salak. Yep, 21 again, Salak. Who shall change our vile body, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body, according to the working whereby he is able even to subdue all things unto himself. So he is going to turn the vile vessels that the elect currently has or currently inhabits, right? They are the chains of darkness. And what? He's going to change that vessel into what? The glorious vessel that he has. And that is going to make the elect weapons. And we know this because even in these last days, before we see the Son of Man return, the Lord has promised to his elect that he will turn them into weapons. If you could read that Isaiah 59.
Isaiah chapter 59, verse 19.
So what we understand what? The Lord's Prayer, Matthew 6. Let thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. So everything does play out in the heavens first, then it happens here on the earth. And whatever is said to happen post-kingdom, so the kingdom is instituted and everything that comes after the kingdom is instituted, we understand we're going to get a taste of that here on earth. Not we, but Salakia, the elect, going to get a taste of that here on earth before the kingdom comes. Perfect prophecy to back this again is that Isaiah 4 and 1. That is not a prophecy just for the kingdom, but it's also going to happen here on this side. So if you could go ahead.
Yeah, Isaiah 59 and 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west,
Right.
and his glory from the rising of the sun.
Right.
When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, shall lift up his standard against him.
Against the enemy. So what is the Lord going to do that is going to cause every man jack from the west and even unto the east, the rising of the sun, to fear his name? Is when he gives that spiritual power unto his elect men so that they can have what? That standard. If I could just go into that word real quick. Right? Standard in the Hebrew, nawas, to flee, escape, to take flight, to depart, to disappear. What? So that he's going to give them a means to escape from the enemy and to be able to escape from Esau Edom in these last days when Esau hit the final form. That Revelation 12:12, that Revelation 6 and 4, and power was given unto him, and it was given unto him a great sword to take peace on the earth. The only way how you're going to be able to get away from that is with spiritual power. So what the Lord is going to give a taste of what it's going to be like in the kingdom to have that glorious body. In these current bodies that we currently inhabit, these mortal bodies, he's going to give spiritual power unto his elect men to what? To be able to escape the wiles of the devil. If we could get more Jeremiah 16.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 16 and verse
14.
Yeah, 14.
Yeah.
From 14?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeremiah 16 and from 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, say the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, that it shall no more be said, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai liveth. I brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
Right.
But the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai liveth. I brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them. I will bring them again unto their land that I gave unto their fathers.
So we understand this is post-kingdom. This is what? The re-inheritance of the land, right? He promised that land unto Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Promises were fulfilled in the time of Exodus through Moses. He that guided you through the wilderness. And then ultimately, through the efforts of Joshua and Caleb, we would have inherited the land from the Canaanites, right? Be that as it may, we are not currently in that land right now. We are exiled from it through the curses, right? And now what? When the Lord is set to bring us out of the land of the north, which is the lands we currently dwell in now, these North Americas, that is, the kingdom time. What he said at that time, he's going to do what?
Well, I thought people started because they are bring
Yeah.
2 from 32.
Yeah.
They shall praise me in the land of their captivity,
The land of the north, the land of our captivities.
and think upon my name,
Right.
and return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the ways of their fathers which sinned.
Right, so we understand, and when the kingdom is instituted in the earth, what John say, I saw New Jerusalem coming down from heaven. When that happens, we are set to go back into our land, especially after it's been built as well, right? Because our land is set to be destroyed by those ICBMs, those nuclear missiles. At that time, verse 16.
Jeremiah 16 and verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, say the Lord Abashim Yoshai, and I shall fish them.
Which is what? Yahweh said it. Behold, I will make you fishers of men. So the fishers is who? The prophets. God.
And afterward I send for many hunters,
Right.
and they shall hunt them from every mountain,
Right.
and from every hill, out of the holes of the rock.
So what? And we know this as well will happen in this time, even before the kingdom is instituted. Why? Because he said it. Behold, I will send for many fishers. So what? When is fishing season? Fishing season is currently now. We still in fishing season. We still looking for the elect, and we still looking to wake up the rest of the elect. Again, as you would have read in that second verse, so it said the number whom thou longest for is fulfilled. Speaking of who? The number of the elect. Being that is the case, the fishing season, but what? Amos, I believe is 8 and 11, the famine of the word. Right. When that is instituted, it will no longer be fishing season, but what? It will be hunting season. So this as well is going to happen pre and post kingdom. So what? The elect will have a taste of what it's going to be like to be in the immortal body, even before it is given unto them when they are given spiritual power, so that they can defend themselves in the times that we come in the times of Jacob's trouble. If you could read Isaiah 41.
Look at Isaiah chapter 41, reading from verse
14.
I'll read a little bit up. And Isaiah 41, I from verse 10.
Right.
Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I will strengthen thee.
Ooh.
Yeah, I will help thee. Yeah, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness.
Being our shy.
Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded.
Right.
They shall be as nothing, and he that strive with thee shall perish. Thou shalt see them, thou shalt seek them, and shall not find them, even them that contend with thee. They that war against thee shall be as nothing, and as a thing of naught.
Right.
For I, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yeshai, thy power, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, fear not, I will help thee. Fear not, thou womb Jacob, and ye men of Israel. I will help thee, say the Lord Yahweh Shem Yeshai, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel.
Right.
Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth.
So what he's literally saying, he's going to turn us into something that he describes as being a weapon, right?
Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and shalt make the hills as chaff.
So what? You could read verse 16 as well.
Thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away. The whirlwind shall scatter them, and thou shalt rejoice in the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yeshai, shall glory in the Holy One of Israel.
So what? Again, the Lord is promising that he's going to turn his elect, who is likened unto worms, verse 14. So right now, the elect weak, they're small, they can't really do nothing. But what? In verse 15, he will turn them into a new, sharp, threshing instrument having teeth. So what? He's going to turn his elect into weapons, and this is also going to happen on this side of the kingdom. They're going to experience it before they get the fullness of it on the next side of the kingdom, when the kingdom does come. And what is all of this speaking to? It's speaking again to that immortal body. If you could hold Isaiah 60.
And that is the immortal body, because before we get our immortal body, the Lord God endow the elect with power. That's enough, not too much, that's enough to fend off the enemy until Yahushua come. But even with all that same said power, we ain't gonna be able to save yourselves. The Lord still gonna come and save you regardless.
Matthew 1, so like Matthew 1:21. For he shall save his people from their sins. So again, even what Isaiah 59 and 19, he not necessarily gain you the power to be some hero or some big boy, but it's just what? A means of escape to flee the wiles of the devil until Yahushua comes. And what? It is that 2 Thessalonians, until he be taken out of the way. So until he is taken out of the way, we're still going to have to deal with and contend with him. And the only way you're going to be able to do that, the only way you're going to be able to fight off that hammer of the earth is what? If the Lord gave us some kind of power. Because the way Esau coming in these last days, he coming and he not coming to play. Go ahead.
No, I go ahead.
Yeah, so like the Isaiah 60 and 20, because again, we understand is immortal bodies the elect going to receive. By extension, we know it's the whole nation of Israel. So, but it's immortal bodies we're going to receive. They Isaiah 60 and verse 20. The sun shall no more go down, neither shall the moon withdraw itself. For Yahweh shall be thine everlasting light, and the days of thy mourning shall be ended. Thy people also shall be all righteous. So all the people of the nation of Israel going to be all righteous. They shall inherit the land forever. Case in point, they're going to be immortal. The only way you're going to be able to inherit that land forever. The branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified. A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, Yahweh, will hasten it in his time. So what the elect are going to receive, and by extension the whole nation of Israel, going to receive immortal bodies. If you could read Isaiah 40 and verse 31. Read verse 29. 28, guy.
From 27. Isaiah 40 and 27. Why sayest thou, O Jacob, and speakest, O Israel? My ways hid from the Lord, Yahweh Shemeshai, and my judgment is passed over from my power. Hast thou not known, hast thou not heard that the everlasting power, the Lord Yahweh, the creator of the ends of the earth, fainted not, neither is weary. There is no searching of his understanding.
Right.
He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might increase its strength.
Isaiah 41:14 again, fear not thou worm Jacob. So the powerless ones in the earth today is the nation of Israel, right? Go ahead.
Even the youths shall faint and be weary, the young men shall utterly fall.
So what, even the young men, when they're supposed to be in your prime, in your verve and your vigor of life, the strongest point you're ever supposed to be in life as a human being you'll ever live, even that time you're going to be weak. I say the curses. Go ahead.
But they that wait upon the Lord Yahweh shall renew their strength.
Right.
They shall mount upon with wings, so that they shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint.
Ooh, so what the effects of this body that we currently experiencing? He's saying it have a point that coming. The Lord is saying that there is a point that is coming for the nation of Israel that they're not gonna feel that anymore. So what that's speaking to? That's speaking to the immortality for to come. If you could give me a second and just 8 from verse 51. I hear here in Wisdom of Solomon 3:7. Go ahead.
In second is just 8 and 51, but understand thou for thyself,
Right.
and seek out the glory for
Such as be like thee. So the elect, right? This message is for the elect.
For unto you is paradise open, a tree of life is planted, the time to come is prepared, plenteousness is made ready, a city is builded, and rest is allowed, yea, perfect goodness and wisdom.
So we know this how to be talking about the kingdom because we're up on the path for this is not your rest, right? Micah 4 and 10. Nah, I don't know Micah 4 and 10.
Nah, it might have 2 and 10.
2 and 10, correct. So that,
For unto you is paradise open, so like verse 53.
right?
The root of evil is sealed up from you.
So no more being able to sin.
Weakness and the moth is hid from you.
So again, the men being weak is not going to be a thing no more. The Lord has taken weakness out of the nation of Jacob.
And corruption is fled into hell to be forgotten. Sorrows are past, and in the end is shewed the treasure of immortality.
So what the elect have been given immortality. You're going to have an immortal body in the kingdom to come. And that immortal body is what makes you a weapon. The Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 7. And in the time of their visitation they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people. And their Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, shall reign forever. Again, but that is what I Revelation is 11 and 15.
Yeah, Revelation 11 verse 15. And there's no... Yeah, Revelation 11 verse 15. The 7 angels sounded, and there were great voices in heaven, saying, the kingdoms of this world have become the kingdoms of our Lord Yahweh, and of his anointed
Yahushai.
and he shall reign forever and ever.
So what? Again, that Daniel 2 and 44, the kingdom shall not be left to other people. Daniel 7 and 18, they shall take the kingdom and possess it forever, even forever and ever. And even if you go to this same book of Revelation, I think is Revelation 20 and 5 talking about that second 1,000-year period in which Israel would rule. Verse 4, Tawada, speaking to what? Again, how it is you're going to rule the world for 1,000 years and not be immortal. So again, immortality is promised to the nation of Israel, beginning with what? 140, beginning with Yahushua firstly, then passing down to the joint heirship, the 144,000, then to the rest of the elect, and then to the children they make, they shall never die. So what? And you know that immortal body you're going to have is what's going to make you a weapon. And what we were weapons before to the Lord. If you could give me Psalms 144. And in fact, even before that. Yeah, give me Psalms 144 from 1. I could bring this precept here. The Amos 9. Yeah, I could read the Amos first. Select. The Amos 9 and verse 11. In that day I will raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, which we know starting now. Eliab Biffins went down with his hand like Malachi 4, right? Turning the hearts of the fathers to the sons and the sons to the fathers, right? And close up the breaches thereof, so that this tabernacle begin with the truth firstly, it's a spiritual tabernacle. And I will raise up his ruins and will build it now as in the days of old. In the days of old, what was the house of David known for? Well, we're going to get it. They were known for being perfect weapons of the Lord, because through David and he mighty men, the Lord put the nations of the earth that were round about us into subjection. So it's nothing new for the nation of Israel. That they may possess the remnant of Edom, again, that Obadiah prophecy, and of all the heathen which are called by my name, say the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai, that doeth this. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper. So what? The plowman, the men in the field, gonna overtake the reaper. So what? The weak man gonna overtake the strong man. What Yahweh Shai say? Yeah.
Live off the labor, the laborer.
Yeah, which is in Job where you say every hand of the wicked shall be upon him. And when you go into that word wicked, it goes into the laborers. Well, who's the ones laboring right now? Is the elect. So what? Just now the elect gonna overtake the reaper, which is Yahweh. Shall I say to spoil the strong man goods, first they must enter into the house of the strong man and bind him. You have to bind him. And what Yahweh shall come in to bind thee, so he done just like he did for that first 1,000-year period, because when he said he saw an angel descending from heaven with a great chain in his hand, having the key of the bottomless pit. So what Esau going back to that time again, beginning with Yahweh, and the treader of grapes, him that soweth seed, and the mountain shall drop sweet wine, and the hills shall melt. So what? The Lord is set to raise the tabernacle of David again. And beginning with David, if you could bring that Psalms 144 and 1, it's going to be like the days of old.
Psalms. Book of Psalms chapter 144 and verse 1. It's Psalm of David. Blessed be the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yoshai, my strength, which teacheth my hands to war and my fingers to fight.
Good.
My goodness and my fortress, my high tower and my deliverer, my shield and he in whom I trust, who subdueth my people under me.
And he didn't just subdue his own people under him,
but
the nations. If I could read that, it's 2 Samuel 8.
All nations bringing a tribute unto David.
Yeah, and the Lord preserved David whithersoever he went. Read from verse 30.
And David got him a name when he turned from smiting.
Salak. Read book, chapter.
Salak. 2 Samuel 8 and verse 13. And David got him a name when he returned from smiting the Syrians in the valley of Salt.
Right.
Being 18,000 men.
Right, so he killed 18,000 men. He and his mighty men, which we're going to get into them mighty men as well.
And he put garrisons in Edom. Throughout all Edom put he garrisons.
Right.
And all the of Edom became David's servants.
Right.
And the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yoshai preserved David whithersoever he went.
What? So what? It had no way David could have go in the earth and start out with anybody that he wasn't going to win. Right?
Verse 15, and David reigned over all Israel, and David executed judgment and justice unto all his people.
So boom. So what? David had the power and the might given unto him by the Lord to win every war he ever wanted to fight. Why? Because it was all in the name of the Lord that he would subdue those nations. And what? It is, again, he said, Psalms 144:1, who subdued my people under me. And what? David reigned over all Israel, and David executed judgment and justice unto all his people, being the Israelites. In Psalms 18 and from verse 30, as for power, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord is tried. He is a buckler to all those that trust in him. David was one who trusted in him. For who is power save Yahweh? Or who is a rock save our power? It is power that girdeth me with strength and maketh my way perfect. He maketh my feet like hinds' feet, and setteth me upon my high places. He teacheth my hands to war, so that a bow of steel is broken by mine arms. Thou hast also given me the shield of thy salvation, and thy right hand had holden me up, and the gentleness had made me great.
Period.
Verse 36, he had enlarged my steps under me, that my feet did not slip. I have pursued mine enemies and overtaken them, neither did I turn again till they were consumed. I have wounded them that were not able to rise, they are fallen under my feet. For thou hast girded me with strength unto the battle, thou hast subdued under me those that rose up against me. Thou hast also given me the necks of mine enemies, that I may destroy them that hate me.
Keep reading.
More? To what verse?
I'll tell you what this one.
Aye. They cried, but there was none to save them, even unto Yahweh, but he answered them not. So these heathen nations even called unto David power. He owned power, and he did not deliver them. Then did I beat them small as the dust before the wind, I did cast them out as the dirt in the streets. Thou hast delivered me from the strivings of the people. Thou hast made me the head of the heathen. A people whom I have not known shall serve me. As soon as they hear of me, they shall obey me. The strangers shall submit themselves unto me. The strangers shall fade away and be afraid out of their close places. Out of their close places. Salakia. So what? David destroyed the nations round about him, and it was all through the might and power of the Lord that the Lord had given strength unto David to be able to do that. So what? David was a weapon for the Lord. Likewise, his mighty men. If you could give me 1 Samuel 18. It's 2 Samuel. I believe it's the second to last chapter. We will make mention of yep. If you read from verse 8. And you not to read the whole thing because there's plenty to read. You could read from 8 and you could go down to, let me see. Yeah, I can tell you when I jump around then, Salak. But even through, it started with David, and then what? It was also went down to the mighty men as well. They were also weapons of the Lord. So it's not new to the nation of Israel. We were accustomed to war. We were accustomed to being able with his arm. I believe he said in the law, 1,000 shall fall at thy right hand. That's not the law. Psalms? Oh no, Salak. That is the time with the destruction. It's not that. It's when he would have made mention 1,000 to flee. Yeah, read that.
Leviticus 26, I read from from 7. You shall chase your enemies, and they shall fall before you by the sword.
And again, what? Deliver us from the heathen or enemies. Nehemiah 5:9, right?
And 5 of you shall chase 100, and 100 of you shall put 10,000 to flight. And your enemies shall fall before you by the sword.
Read verse 9.
For I will have respect unto you and make you fruitful and multiply you and establish my covenant with you.
So what? I will give you power to tread upon the nations. Nobody going to be able to stand before any of you. So what? The nation of Israel were accustomed to being weapons for the Lord. And now, as the brother going to read in that 2 Samuel, going to read about some of the acts of the mighty men under David. Go ahead.
We back from verse 8. The 2 Samuel 23 and 8. These be the names of the mighty men whom David had. The Tachmonite that sat in the seat, chief among the captains.
So like, say 2 Samuel 23, I got it.
The same was Adino the Eznite. He lifted up his spear against 800 men whom he slew at one time.
So one mighty man killed 800 men. Go ahead.
After him was Eleazar, the son of Dodo the Ahohite, one of 3 mighty men with David, when they defied the Philistines that were gathered together to battle, and the men of Israel were gone away. He arose and smote the Philistines until his hand was weary, and his hand cleaved unto the sword. So he fight them so much to the point where he hand friggin' cramping upon him, he can't let go his sword.
Yeah, but it is clear. It also could have be hitting them so hard like the sword almost fused the hand. Yeah.
And the Lord Yahweh Shai wrought a great victory that day, and the people returned after him only to spoil.
Right.
And after him was Shammah, Shammah, the son of Agi the Harite, so like the Hararite, the Philistines were gathered together into a troop, where was a piece of the ground full of lentils, and the people fled from the Philistines. But he stood in the midst of the ground and defended it and slew the Philistines, and the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yeshai wrought a great victory. And the 30 chief went down and came to David in the harvest time unto the cave of
Adullam, yeah.
and a troop of the Philistines pitched in the valley of Rephaim, to order. And David was then in a hole, and the garrison of Philistines was then in Bethlehem. And David longed and said, Oh, that one would give me drink of water of the well of Bethlehem, which is by the gate. And the 3 mighty men break through the host of the Philistines and drew water of the well of Bethlehem, that was by the gate, and took it and brought it to David. Nevertheless, he would not drink thereof, but he poured it out unto the Lord. And he said, Be it far from me, O Lord Yahbashim Yeshai, that I should do this. Is not this the blood of the men that went in jeopardy of their lives? Therefore, you will not drink it. These things did these 3 mighty men. And Abishai, the brother of Joab, the son of Zeruiah, was chief among the 3. He lifted up his spear against 300 and slew them, and he had a name among the 3.
If you go down to verse 22.
Verse 22. These things did Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, and had a name among the 3 mighty men.
So like we do
read down to verse 20, from verse 20. And Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, the son of a valiant man of Kabzeel, who had done many acts. He slew 2 lion-like men of Moab. He went down also and slew a lion in the midst of the pit in the time, so like in time of snow.
And well, you know, like some David also known for he kill a lion and a bear for his sheep. Good.
He slew an Egyptian, a godly man, and the Egyptian had a spear in his hand, but he went down to him with his staff and plucked the spear out of the Egyptian's hand and slew him with his own spear. These things said Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, and had a name among the 3 mighty men. He was more honorable than the 30, but he attained not to the first 3, and David set him over his guard.
Oh, so what?
And then after I just list off
The mighty men. Right, so what? These mighty men were known for committing great acts of killing. They killed a lot of people, and they were able to do so because what the Lord gave them that power. They Sirach.
David himself
So David the 10,000. Saul the 1,000. David the 10,000. All right, David killed a giant as well. I had a here now. It gave me Sirach 47 from 1.
That is instance of Sirach?
The poor many instances. Read from verse 1.
Sirach 47 and 1. And after him rose up Nathan to prophesy in the time of David.
Right.
And as the fat taken away from the peace offerings, so was David chosen out of the children of Israel.
Right.
Because whenever you take the fat from the peace offerings, you should burn that and get that unto the Lord. So that was for the Lord. So David's portion was for the Lord. David himself was for the Lord.
Right.
He played with lions as with kids and with bears as with lambs.
Oh, so he playing with lions and bears as like pets. Right?
Slew he not a giant when he was yet but young? Salakia. Come back. You can go and read that one.
Alright. There's that would be bad, yeah. They continue in verse 4. Slew he not a giant when he was yet but young, And he did not take away reproach from the people when he lifted up his hand with the stone and the sling and beat down the boasting of Goliath. For he called upon the Most High Yahweh, and he gave him strength in his right hand to slay that mighty warrior, and set up the horn of his people. So the people honored him with 10,000s and praised him in the blessings of Yahweh, in that he gave him a glory of power. What that honored him with the 10,000s, which is Saul killing thousands, David the 10,000. So the whole nation of Israel is killers, because we know it's two houses the Lord set up. The house of David he accepted, the house of Saul he put by, and even in Saul's house, Saul was able to kill thousands. So the whole nation of Israel is mighty warriors. There's so the verse 7, for he destroyed the enemies on every side and brought to naught the Philistines his adversaries, and brake their horn in sunder unto this day. In all his works he praised the Holy One Yahweh Most High with words of glory. With his whole heart he sung songs and loved him that made him. So what the whole nation of Israel wore weapons before, and the Lord is said to rise this same tabernacle, which is, and Jeremiah 30, I believe is verse 8, and they shall praise David their king, whom I will raise unto them. Mm-hmm. So coming into these last days, in this Jacob's trouble time, just like the days are old with the nation of Israel, renowned as warriors, that first Samuel 4:8, where they would say, with the Philistines would have said what? These mighty gods. Let me just get out real quick. It's first Samuel 4:8. Woe unto us, 1 Samuel 4:8. Who shall deliver us out of the hand of these mighty gods? These are the gods that smote the Egyptians with all the plagues in the wilderness, being who is speaking about here? The Israelites. So what? When the Lord put our spirit back on us, and back on the whole nation of Israel as well, by and large, in that time of Jacob's trouble, you're going to see we can fuck shit up.
Keep reading.
And Salak.
Yeah,
and Salak. What is even where it say? Judah is an old lion, who shall rouse him up. So what I'm one person to say, you don't know who the fuck we are. You don't know who the fuck you're messing with, Esau, but you're gonna find out. Time is 3:48. Keep reading. Verse that's now. Sirach, what verse had it reach? Verse 9 now. He said singers also before the altar, that by their voices they might make sweet melody and daily sing praises in their songs. He beautified their feasts and set in order the solemn times until the end, that they might praise his holy name, that the temple might sound from morning. Yahweh took right? Yahweh took away his sins and exalted his horn forever. He gave him a covenant of the kings and a throne of glory in Israel.
Verse 11 in the New English Bible, the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yeshai pardoned his sins and endowed him with great power forever. He gave him a covenant of kingship and the glorious throne of Israel. So if you endow the king with power forever, you think you endow the house with?
As is the ruler. Like Sirach 10?
Sirach 10 and 3.
Ooh. That a precept, because again it's his house, the Lord gonna rise that tabernacle of the king again, right? As in the days of old. The Sirach 10 from verses 2, as a judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, which is David, such are all they that dwell therein. So what? David is the king, and his subjects gonna be like unto him. So if David is a mighty warrior, so are his subjects. Who was the captain? I got Joab. Joab was a mean killer in them days. A mean killer in them days.
And even that too, you can even go above David. The ruler of the house is Yahweh Shai, and what Yahweh Shai say? Let me get that really quick. I try to remember what I quoted in my word.
Oh, mighty, I think shot. Yeah. I know it's up more. Let's see if I get that as well. Shall he do?
I don't think it's that great.
Or if it, I think, yeah, greater things or mightier things shall he do.
Yeah, if I look at John 14, I read from John 14, I read straight to the point. John 14 and 12. Verily, verily, I say unto you,
Verily means truly, right?
he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father.
Oh, and what we know Yahushua was a miracle man. He worked many miracles. And in these days that we heading into, when that standard that they get lift, it will be but a miracle that we survive if we are to survive. So what you best believe the tabernacle of David is risen currently, and it will rise even higher than it is now to bring these nations down. And that is the final point I want to make here. We were weapons before. We are promised to be given immortal bodies. And the joint heirship that comes with being, joint heirs with the Son of Man, Yahushua himself being that ultimate weapon, that first and many brethren, that Isaiah 47, I will not meet thee as a man. So now that all of this, we understand all of this, what's going to happen? Well, we come in for these nations to destroy them. If you could give me Jeremiah 51 from verse 19, Mabokasha. Because we know you had come into the time of the payback. Because what, our 1 Thessalonians 1 and 6, or 2 Thessalonians 1 and 6, seeing it is with power a righteous thing to recompense tribulation to them that trouble thee. We know that Revelation 13. Them that lead it into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword, killed with the sword, right? And we know that Psalms 149 sum up both of them things. Even on Psalms 137, happy shall he be that taketh thy little ones and dasheth them against his stones. That Psalms 149, to bind their kings in chains, their nobles with fetters of hell. If you resist, you will die. So what is a 2-in-1 in that Revelation 13 again? It back one time, and we that make reference to the other Daniel 2:44 and that Daniel 7:18. That kingdom, that malakwat, that dominion and power is promised unto the saints. So now that we know we had to get the recompense, 2 Thessalonians, well, not we, but the elect had to get the recompense. The saints had to be able to pay back the nation of Israel for everything. Sorry, not the nation of Israel, but all these nations for everything that are due unto we. What nation had not part in her captivity and gotten of her spoil? So what? The nation of Israel had to get back. Now what? That is literally the prophecy. It's by the hand of the nation of Israel that the Lord is going to pay back all these heathens just as in the days of old. You can go ahead and do the precept here, there. I want here for it.
In Jeremiah 51 from 19, the portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things.
Right.
And Israel is the rod of his inheritance.
Right.
The Lord Yahweh Shah host is his name.
Right.
Thou art my battle axe and my weapons of war.
He's speaking to the nation of Israel. He's saying, you are my battle axe and my weapons of war. So he's literally calling the nation of Israel weapons.
Mm-hmm. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms.
Right.
And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and the rider, Salak and his rider.
Right.
And with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. With thee also will I break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young. And with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock. And with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen. And with thee will I break in pieces captains and rulers.
So the mighty chief men of the earth today are going to be broken to shivers by the nation of Israel. And they for everybody, because what? The saints, even the children of Israel. So every man jack in Israel going to get his chance to repay every single man jack on the earth whoever wrong him. Thus say the Lord. Ezekiel 25, and I can read from verse 11. I will execute judgments upon Moab, and they shall know that I am Yahweh. Thus said Yahweh power, because that Edom had dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and had greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. He that toucheth thee toucheth the apple of mine eye, and that the whole nation of Israel. It's not your lot to put your hands on the Lord's children. He will discipline them, not you. You had to pay for that upon them. Therefore thus said Yahweh power, I will also stretch out mine hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Timon, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know that and they shall know my vengeance, said Yahweh power. Thus said Yahweh power, because the Philistines have dealt by revenge and have taken vengeance with a despiteful heart to destroy it for the old hatred. Therefore thus said Yahweh power, behold, I will stretch out my hand upon the Philistines, and will cut off the cherethims and destroy the remnant of the sea coast, and I will execute great vengeance upon them with furious rebukes. They shall know that I am Yahweh when I shall lay my vengeance upon them. And again, what? They shall do in Edom according to mine anger. So the Lord is going to lay his vengeance upon all these nations, chiefly the nation of Esau, Edom, by the hand of his people Israel. Part 4, the weapons of the Lord. We are those weapons as well. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying and that you were edified. In closing, we like to say, Kal halal yamla Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Racha Chadash, giving double honors, double unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who surely do rule well. To the men standing by the highways and byways pushing this doctrine, we like to say Shalom.
Shalom.
And even unto the sincere Aqua, the sisters who sit listening these lessons in silence, subjection and obedience unto their husbands, we like to say Shalom. This was your brothers.
Hananiah.
Wa Maya Sha'ala.
Till next time, we like to say
Shalom.